What's going on, guys? Steve coming at you here with a Fired Up Friday on Saturday. I did it again, but I had a busy day yesterday, busy productive day, and didn't get a chance to get the video out. So I'm just getting it done here today, trying to keep that consistency, right? Consistency is key. But so I've had a couple of conversations over the last few days that really made me kind of spurred me on to want to make sure I had this video, this message out, and several people talked to me and they said, listen, I am, it's hard talking to people I don't know. It's hard to talk to people and strangers, people who are strangers. I feel uncomfortable. You're the first person I've spoken to who I've met through LinkedIn. And listen, I get it, right? And I told them this, right? I said, I totally get it. For some of you guys who know me or have heard my message, I'm a shy, introverted kid from the Bronx by nature, and I took that deep into my adulthood, and so I understand. I totally do. I mean, being a New Yorker, being a Northeasterner, we're taught don't talk to strangers. We're programmed to do that, and I get it, right? But you know what? As I've matured, as I've gotten around, successful, wealthy people, they're open-minded. As I get around my friends who are still broke from the old neighborhood, they're kind of skeptical. They're kind of, they've got that sort of closed-minded attitude, right? And I've also learned in networking and in business that this kind of stuff is actually very acceptable. It's actually commonplace. It's actually normal. But I do want to say this, right? For those folks that are struggling, maybe you're a little introverted. I guess I've been classified as a extrovert, extroverted introvert, I think is the expression I've heard said. And the way I've overcome that, or continue to overcome that, because quite frankly, talking to people I don't know is a little awkward. It's a little uncomfortable. But as you've probably heard me say, there's my motto is there's danger in the comfort zone, and I always am trying to challenge myself and push myself. But here's a few things that I've learned over time that maybe will help you, bless you guys in some way, and hopefully it adds value for you in your life. Number one, we got to grow ourselves, and that's a daily thing. I continuously put books into my head. I think I shared I'm learning disabled dyslexic. Reading was actually torturous for me, very slow, lose track. I'd have to reread 3 or 4 times. Audible book, audiobooks have been a blessing to me. So I'm doing about maybe a book, one or 2 books, actually more like 3 books a month. I'm averaging. It's pretty awesome. So getting self-development books into you, and not books on like War and Peace or something on certain kind of history. It's books on growing me as a person, self-development, right? I find that to be absolutely crucial and important. To get that done, right? And also listening to audios, right? Podcasts or different kind of messages, positive messages, I find helps tremendously, substantially in terms of getting, that good thought into our head. The power of mentorship. I've had several mentors in my life and continue to, and the power of that, right? I am in life based upon what I think, and if you're not putting information in for people that are much more successful in certain arenas than you're going to stay in that place. So mentorship is super crucial. And, some of the things that mentorship have been for me is helping me with blind spots, because sometimes you don't know what you can't see about yourself, right? So a mentor can help you with some of those blind spots. But again, audios, books, who do you surround yourself with, right? 2 things. Number one, we know that the voice that we hear the most in our life happens to be our own voice. So what are you saying? But also who surrounds you? What are you listening to, right? And so I try whenever possible to put a lot of good stuff into my head. And when my brain is idle, a good friend of mine, mentor of mine said, the brain, we're kind of like we're like a large SUV sitting on a hill facing up, and if we don't apply pressure, like an emergency brake, the vehicle will roll back, and our tendency as humans is to kind of go backwards and to kind of go negative. So you have to apply positive stuff on a regular basis. So super important to put good stuff in, right? The old, computer expression, garbage in, garbage out, right? Put good stuff in. And when you continually pour good stuff in and do good things and do the right thing and reach out to people and stretch yourself, you start to feel good about you. And when you start to feel good about you, it shows. So that's my message. A little long today, but I think it's worth it. That basically, you know, you want to be always putting good stuff in, and you can grow. I mean, certainly, again, introverted, extrovert, or whatever the expression is, right? Still have that part of me, but you know what? I'm not afraid to talk to strangers anymore. I'm not afraid to reach out to people and do those kinds of things. So that's my message for you today. Steve coming at you here, Fired Up Friday on a Saturday. But I look forward to speaking to you again, guys, next week. Have a great day. Have a blessed weekend.